It's like one of my favorite songs, and they're superbly underrated. They had a bunch of classics, man. I think they have at least 2 classic albums. The first one coming out hard, Space Age Pimpin'. They might even have more than that, but A-Ball and MJG, they're super underrated, man. Go ahead, you was gonna say something, man?
No, all I'm saying is, yeah, I agree with you, man. They very, underrated. And, I'm saying all that you said was true facts, man. But go ahead, man.
Okay, number 8 is UGK, man. You gotta give it up to Pimp C and Bun B. I didn't really get into them till probably after a little bit after 2000s, only because I didn't really I listened to the music before that, but I didn't really know who they were. They kind of when they were rapping in the 90s, they didn't really have sometimes you couldn't tell where they're from, even though Pimp C was from the South. But Bun B, he could have been from anywhere. The way he just rapped, he just had an animal type of rap style. So they're definitely underrated. A song from them is one of my all-time favorites. It was one of the later hits when Pimp C was still living. May he rest in peace. But International Player with Outkast is one of their best songs. Yeah, man. I choose you. That song was the production and the lyricism on that was top notch. Oh yeah, Big Pimpin'. Well, that's with Jay-Z or whatever, but that was one of their biggest hits. Let's see, Pocket Full of Stones. All that type of music, man. UGK is definitely superbly underrated, man. It's in the South, especially here in Texas. This is where I reside currently. They know about him, most of the South knows about him, but if you might go up north or Midwest and be like, UGK, man, fuck them niggas. I don't know what they might say, but I have them on my list, so that's all that matters. Number 7, Tribe Called Quest. That 2 classic albums that I can think of, Midnight Marauders and another one. I can't think of it right now, but favorite song from them, of course, man, Benito Applebum. You can't you gotta like that song. It's got a groovy little jazz sample. It's real chill. They was talking about the girl's ass, but they did it in such a classy way that even girls like that song. So you gotta put Tribe Called Quest on there, man. They were way different at the time they were coming out. They were kind of pro-black, the Shikis and stuff like that, but they definitely made a huge impact in the game, man. And I don't know. I can't really say too much about it, man. Everybody knows about them. They're a classic group, man. Tribe Called Quest. All right, number 7. I didn't really rock with them that much, but I can't admit their importance in the rap game, especially to political standpoint. But I have to say, Public Enemy. They were definitely pro-black. They had songs like "Fight the Power," all that type of stuff, man. So even though they didn't really influence me that much, I can admit their presence in the game and the things that they were doing at the time was kind of not unheard of, but not everybody else is doing it. They influenced NWA. They came before NWA, and they helped get them on their political game and talk about things that were going on the street level and things that affected Black America at that time. So definitely Public Enemy, Chuck D and Flavor Flav's crazy, Clock wearing ass. There was more people in the group, but those were the 2 people that you really remember, especially Chuck D. He's a forerunner. But yeah, Public Enemy, they're on my list. Number 5, and I listen to these guys all the time. NWA, they only had pretty much 2 albums. They broke up and all kinds of stuff, but they were just amazing when it came out, man. Coming straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. I'm from a game called Niggas with Attitude. I got a song up, man. I could go on and on about NWA, man. Long Beach representing. So NWA for sure, man. Straight out of Compton, their first album, classic, dude. They influenced generations of rap, man. And they set off, the West Coast movement. Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, NWA, they laid the way, for the DOC and Snoop Dogg and the Dog Pound, and that was the beginning of the West Coast era, man. So definitely got to give it to them. One of my favorite all-time groups. I probably should have put them a little bit higher, but number 5 is where they are. Number four, man. Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. You got to give it up to them, man. Just so many classic songs. Crossroads, First of the Month. Let's see. I know they had a song Ecstasy. They have a few bangers in their catalog, man. So you got to give it up to them. They're the first rap group that really kind of revolutionized, harmony and rapping fast and kind of like melodic, almost singing in their raps, but they did it in such a way that it was cool that everybody was trying to rap like them in the mid 90s. They had that fast style. They would kind of sing with it or whatever, but nobody could do it quite like them. Bone Thugs-n-Harmony definitely has to be in your list, man, for sure. And number 3, man, Outkast. I can't say enough good things about these guys. They're some of the weirdest people on the planet, man, but they have some of the best music from the 90s. Some of their music transcends genres. Like, you can't, like Andre 3000, you can't really classify him. But they had some classic albums, man. The first one, Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music, you probably didn't say it right. People are probably going to get mad at me about that one. But Players Ball, AT Aliens, Rosa Parks, all that type of stuff, man. Stank on You, Miss Jackson, So Fresh and So Clean. I could go on, man. Like, they're one of the craziest, most original rap groups of all time, and you can't understate their influence. They've been doing it for 20 plus years. I can't wait to see another Outkast album. I hope they really come with it. But yeah, they're one of my favorites, man. And then number 2, you got to give it up to one of the original rap groups, man, Run DMC. I used to listen to some of their music when I was younger. Sucker MCs, Walk This Way. They were their first rap group to go platinum. They're a historic group, man. Rest in peace to Jam Master Jay. They shot dude a couple years back, so may he rest in peace. But Run DMC, man, they're one of the most important rap groups. And number 1, man, I had to do it. A lot of people are probably pretty mad about this one, but Wu-Tang Clan, man, I think they have to be the greatest rap group, man. All 9 members of the Wu-Tang Clan, Inspector Deck, Method Man, fucking Ghostface Killer, the RZA, GZA, you know what I'm saying? Like, Raekwon, like, that many people in one group making cohesive music, into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, it's classic for days, man. And like, there has never really been a group like that did what they did, that had the impact that they had on the game. So you got to go with Wu-Tang, man. Respecting that. Cream, Cash Rules, Everything Around Me. For real, man. I don't want to go on too much longer, so that's my top 10 rap groups, man. What you got, man?
Well, I just want to say that was a beautiful, top 10, that was remarkable. Number 1 to me, I'm going to start off up and down. So number 1 is NWA. The reason why is because they broke barrier. They're the reason why everybody got their pants sagging right now and talking shit. They the first gangster rap. And, they came out on late 80s, early 90s, and they was doing their thing. Not only that, despite all that, all of them came out successful, even out of the group. Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Eric Wright. They all broke barriers in such unique ways. Number 2, I put Outkast. Number 3, I put Ghetto Boy. That's Willie D, Scarface, Bushwick Bill. They did their thing. They've been bringing noise to the South for years. That's number 3 for me. Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, number 4. You have to put Bone Thugs-n-Harmony when it comes to the top 10 rap group. If not, then you don't know a damn thing about hip-hop, and I don't even want to hear your opinion. Number 5, The Tribe Called Quest. I had to put him in there. Number 6, 8 Ball and MJG. Number 7, The Dogtown. I had to put The Dogtown in there. I love, Gasoline, Corrupt, Snoop Dogg. I've been listening to them ever since I was knee-high. I had to put The Dogtown. Let's Play House. That's that record. I could put it on repeat all day. Number 8, The Locks. I had to put The Locks on number 8. I know they haven't been putting records out for years that, these pioneers that I named, but, they still made their mark to me in the game. Number 9, Gangstar. I had to put Gangstar in there. Rest in peace to Guru. And number 10, the Beastie Boys. I don't care what any of you racist motherfuckers said. Man, I can clearly say that they're a pioneer in rap. And also, it was one of the first few artists in the Def Jam. And they did their thing, and they was spitting on a backwards track all of them. So, I don't care what you say, man.
Oh yeah, you're right, man. I had to put them as runners up. I mean, they are legendary. Rest in peace to Adam Yonch, he just died recently, May 4th. So may he rest in peace. They're absolutely pioneers. The only reason why they weren't on my list is because they didn't really influence me. I can't say I listened to them a whole lot. Paul Revere is probably the only track that I really know, and they were spitting backwards, and that was historic. Like, I know people have done it since, but they were the first ones to do it. Shout outs to Rick Rubin. He's the producer of that track. He was one of Def Jam's really early pioneers as far as their sound was concerned. So definitely, even though they weren't on my list, I definitely agree with you with them on the list, man. For real. They're pioneers, man, for sure.
And the top 10 list, man, I'm not gonna lie, man, your top 10 list was amazing and very good. And like we said once again, man, if you don't like it, you ain't gotta listen to this episode for real, because you ain't gotta be offensive. Just hit me up on Twitter, let me know your opinion. But don't come sideways though, for real, because you will be permanently blocked on Flyboy for the rest of your life, nigga. So
not only that, you'll get a lyrical thrashing from your boy Imperial Carter. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you have it. So not that I'm gonna put this track out on you, but like I'll cuss you out in some not so kind words. I used to be a settler, so of course I cuss a lot. So you don't want to hear it from me, man. Plus I have some pretty colorful insults as well, kind of like the English. So yeah, definitely don't come disrespectful, man. Please don't. I really don't want to hurt your feelings and have you want to go kill yourself or something. So don't do it.
What's going on in the world out there now?
Not too much so far. My beloved Los Angeles Lakers, man, they lost in the playoffs to the OKC Thunder. So I'm a little bit sad about that, man. But we always get them next year. Hopefully, we restructure, man. We get rid of Paul Gasol. We get back Odom. We get 2 decent forwards. That'd be my plan. But of course, the Lakers are not going to do this. They'll probably get rid of Metta World Peace. I think he's done a great job as far as defense is concerned. He did get a little rough towards the end of this last season. But we just need a little bit of a shake-up, man. Paul Gasol playing soft as hell. He did have a couple of really good games there, but he doesn't deliver all the time. So I think his time in LA is done. It's a wrap. It's curtains for him. So please ship him out. Let's get some decent centers, and not centers with forwards in there that can fill it. Like, if we get 2 players for him, I'll be happy. 2 decent forwards, that'd be cool, man. We get back Odom, that'd be even better, man. I think that's what hurt him. He went over to Dallas and he had a lot of personal things going on, so he couldn't really play. Plus, he was sad he wasn't in LA no more. He helped us win, our last 2 championships. So I really feel like they did him dirty. Paul Gasol was there too, but he's playing softer than flapjacks. I don't know what's on his mind. They do this blueberry soft right now, man.
Yeah, he's not that much of a strong character like his brother. So, I have to agree with you on that. But Oklahoma City, they're an incredible team, and they're young. Westbrook and Kevin Durant, those are some strong players in the NBA right now. And it's going to be incredible to see San Antonio Spurs versus these guys, man. I think that's going to be like the highlight of this entire NBA playoff, to be honest with you. So, we'll see how it goes, man.
Yeah, probably, man. The Spurs, as much as I hate the Spurs, man, they're probably like my second hated team, just because of how much they're against the Lakers, man. They hate the Lakers out here, so they have to be one of my arch enemies. Of course, my first arch enemy would be the Celtics. They, any Lakers fan will tell you how much we hate the Celtics. So the Spurs, with them being secondary, I can't admit that they have a deep bench. They have a talented roster, so they're gonna create problems, on the back end for OKC, because their starting 5 will tear you up, and then they can rest the starters and have the bench getting that ass too. OKC has a decent bench, but it's not as strong as OKC. I mean, it's not as strong as the Spurs. I'm sorry. And plus, like OKC, like I'm not gonna say that they're easy to beat, but if you slow them down, then and get a lot of offensive rebounds because they're not that great at rebounding, you probably win the game. But if you let them dictate the tempo, they're young, they get out there to run you down. So that's the only thing we did. Like, as the Lakers, we didn't really slow them down. We allowed them to dictate the pace. So that's why we lost the series. But hopefully it'll be really entertaining, man, for sure. I definitely don't want the Spurs to win. I'd rather have OKC win, even though the Spurs probably will win. And if the Spurs win, the Western Conference Finals, they'll take the title, man. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
We'll see, bro. How you feel about Pacquiao versus Mayweather? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, of course, as any boxing fan out there will tell you, we want to see this go down. But as any real boxing fan will tell you, it's not going to happen. It's like the Loch Ness monster or You know what I'm saying? Sasquatch. You ain't never really gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? It's not going down. You ain't never gonna really find that fight. And whatever the reasons why, I don't know. You know, both Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather are both divas. It's an extraordinary amount of money that they're gonna make from that fight. So I'm not sure why they won't fight. I know, like, people were saying Mayweather was ducking Pacquiao, and Mayweather saying Pacquiao was ducking him. You know, they wanted to do drug tests, hippie hoopla, and then first I know it was about the split. Mayweather wanted like 70-30 or some crazy.